Welcome to Hub and Spoke, the podcast for busy marketers looking to get more leads and sales from HubSpot. Discover the latest from the world of content marketing and social media. Here are your hosts from the Kingdom, San Johnson and Adam Steinhardt.
Welcome to episode 38 of the Hub and Spoke. I am extremely confident that this is episode 38.
It is done, yes. Thanks once again. I know the last week
apologise.
bit of an error, but that's okay. 38 lives and breathes now.
We knew we'd get there sometime.
Excellent.
Here we are.
Indeed.
Welcome back, listeners. Thank you for tuning in once again. Today we're going to tackle something that's probably going to surprise a few people out there. The topic that we've chosen today. Adam, hit us with it.
Well, these are the 3 hidden gems that you should have on your website that you may kind of forget about. So 3 sections, and we've done a bit of research, believe it or not, for the show where we checked out the high traffic pages that were not the homepage, not the obvious things.
Yeah.
And as a result, we've come up with these 3 fantastic things that you need to have on your website to make sure it's going to be giving you maximum inbound awesomeness.
Cool. Now, you mentioned you may have forgotten about, but I would actually go so far as to say people don't even know that it's
even had
an idea.
Correct. And this is coming from years of inbound marketing audits. We're looking almost second nature now at websites and seeing massive flaws in most people's websites.
Well, and it's pretty obvious to then work out what's missing, isn't it?
Correct.
Great. Well, hit us with it.
Okay, so
what
the first
are our
one,
3?
team pages. Team pages, son. So as you know, that we get a lot of traffic to our homepage, but the second most traffic pages are the team pages. And the team pages are with photographs, of course, and individual pages per team member.
Yeah, that's a point to
very important. A lot of businesses will have their team pages set to just one page, but you actually want to have as many pages as you can, obviously, to expand your Google footprint.
That's right.
And having a team page with the person's name, no matter where they sit in the organisation, is a good thing. We've seen some interesting things, haven't we, when we're doing this?
Yes, we have. Well, from my perspective, when I'm putting social posts out there of team pages, they go bananas.
They do, don't they? Yeah, absolutely.
Bananas.
In fact, they are our best performing social posts in many cases, aren't they?
And the most brilliant thing to see is when you post a team member.
Yep.
They comment on it. Mum jumps
they feel
on
proud
and
about
comments
it.
on
I agree.
it. Then the aunties, uncles. Now, you might be thinking, oh, well, they're not customers. They're never going to buy from us. But what it's doing is putting it into the news feed of other people.
Correct.
Into the timeline.
And also, it's putting a face to the name. If customers are in contact with your organisation, then they are able to check out who they're actually speaking to. So, and we see it when on the phone, actually talking to people or having email.
They go and click on it.
They go and click on it and check it out. So, yeah, no doubt the team pages are underrated. Now, part of that, Zan, is you've got to make sure you've got fantastic, consistent photographs.
Yes, absolutely. Daggy photos or photos taken from the pub that you've cropped down
I've seen that more than once.
Okay.
No. And so you've got to, as a business, invest in a professional photographer who's got a decent backdrop that allows consistency or a theme that is consistent to actually allow the team pages to shine.
Definitely.
Yeah.
My big thing here with this sharing of the team pages is that people often lose sight about what social media is all about.
Correct.
And it's social.
It's people.
It's people.
Community.
So guess what? Your business is nothing without the people that work in it. So,
exactly.
So show them off.
And it's everybody. It's not just the C-suite or the top level people.
No.
It's a whole organisation.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, some organisations have thousands of people. But you know what? That actually gives people a chance to discover what you actually do because you can see all the people in the organisation.
Yep.
And of course, also nothing's more sickening than those advertising agency pages where they talk about how weird and wonderful their office is. I would strongly suggest you keep it on brief about how your team members help the customer.
Yeah,
because that's all the customer really cares
That's
about.
a really good point because what we see here at the Kingdom is people tend to get a little bit lost when they start to make their own team page.
Correct.
And this happens for a couple of reasons. Generally, when you start at an organisation, people ask you to write your own team page.
Yeah.
Now, that is an epic fail, in my opinion.
Correct.
You should always have someone else write
Start
it
with
about
that. You can
you.
start that way as a way of getting a bit of content.
But it's really hard to write about yourself.
Correct.
And A, not sound like a wanker.
Excellent. Yep.
And B, have it not be about you. It's
Correct.
hard not to write about you.
Exactly. Yeah.
So instead of it being I am a this and I am a that,
exactly.
it's all about how I can help you.
What your experiences in the past are that help the customer.
Exactly.
Absolutely agree. Because that's all the customer really cares about.
That's right.
Yeah, it doesn't care about if you play guitar or how flash you are at skateboarding.
So if you're a lawn mowing business, tell us why Adam is the best lawnscaper in the burbs.
Absolutely. I have a whole bunch of steel tools.
Yes, exactly. He's got the latest and greatest. Excellent. He's a professional. You've been in the industry for many years. Grassologist.
Yeah, correct.
So yes, the team page, highly underrated and highly successful once executed properly.
Correct. And I would have your profile picture consistent with your LinkedIn profile and your Facebook profile and all the different profiles, so that you've got this consistency going on that allows people to see the same person, same face, and really get to know you.
Totally agree.
Awesome. Okay, that's number one.
Brilliant.
Number two is something which people just are scared of putting on. It's funny when I do stand up.
Are you a comedian?
Stand up. Well,
please tell me you're not a comedian.
Presentations on the stage. There's 5% is comedy. Stand up presentations. The room gets polled, and of course, what's the most important thing that people want to see on the website? Its answer is always price. 95 out of 100 times it's price. And of course, then you poll the room again. So how many people have actually got price on their website, and usually hit about 25%.
Yep.
And then all these excuses come as to why price can't be on the website. Yeah. So without a doubt, you must have price on your website. Or if you can't name the price because you're a specialty provider, you've got to have the process which you go through to arrive at the price to assist your customers, because that's all they really want to know. It's, your thoughts.
Look, I agree, and once I had some time to process this moving back a few years ago, it made complete sense.
Yeah.
But at the time, I think if I was a business owner and you had come to me and said, hey, we're going to stick your pricing up on the website, I probably would have died with my leg in the air, because...
It's a long leg too.
Well, and your pricing is kind of your last-ditch effort to get the sale, isn't it?
Correct. But the thing is that if the customer... And we know ourselves as surfers.
Yes.
Surfing the web, that if we go to a website looking for the answer on price, which, by the way, allows us to evaluate the value proposition.
Yeah.
Okay, so price puts context to what you do.
Yeah.
If you are selling a product and you seem like you're offering great value, but the price is too high, then that gives context to what you actually are offering.
Mm.
Now, if you don't get the answer to the price, what do?
Or you look for it somewhere else.
You go finding it somewhere else. Okay, so it's the fastest way to get people off your website onto your competitor's site. Now, eventually, when you're surfing, Zan, are you eventually going to find the price somewhere?
Yep.
And what do you feel when you actually get the price on that website?
Relief.
And trust. Okay, so hiding the price is like, what are they suspicious of? What are they trying to hide?
Yep.
So it's a significant blow to the psyche of your business if the customer doesn't have that there. So, and ultimately, if you are too expensive, well, if you may not be, but it's probably a case of not explaining yourself well enough as the value proposition.
So how do you overcome the business owner or the sales manager who says to you, I don't want to give away the price of our products online because I really want my sales people to have the opportunity to sell the benefits and the features of a product, and then the price comes after it. Based on what my salespeople are going to tell you, you don't care what it costs, you have to have it.
Right. So, well, you don't get the call in the first place.
Right.
So the salespeople won't get the phone call.
Okay.
So how does that sound to you, Mr. Business Operator, Smarty Pants? You won't get the call. So there's no chance for your salesperson to actually make that comment, because consumers don't want to deal with salespeople right now. They want to do their online research. This is inbound marketing at its best. They want to do their inbound market. They want to do their research online, and they don't want to actually be rushing out calling people, because that's so 1980s when we didn't have the information. Now they do online. So.
Well, I certainly take your point, because it's assumption marketing, isn't it?
Yep.
That business owner is assuming that everyone that looks at his website picks up the phone and calls him.
Or her.
Or her.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going with the man, because he's being silly.
Correct, exactly.
Sorry, man.
So you're right. So, and that's assumption marketing.
Totally.
And the answer is, in this day and age, they don't get the call.
No.
And you only have to look at your own surfing to appreciate the frustration you get when there's no price there.
Have you seen me surfing before? It's not good.
My surfing's like this too. I actually went surfing yesterday. So no, it's when you're on the net, of course, you want to find out the price, and that's really important. And if you are comparing different prices to each other, you better make sure that your argument on the internet is providing the best answers and the best value for money proposition, because that will beat somebody who doesn't.
Excellent. So
Yep.
you've given us two. We've got
Two.
people and we've got price. And the third one, and this is controversial as well. This one never gets adopted in the first run. We
No.
always have to have a couple of cracks at getting this one past business owners. All right, so number 3.
Yep, number 3 is reviewing your competitors.
Mm.
It's a bit of a psycho crazy one, isn't it?
Why would you go and talk about people who are in competition?
Well,
Why would you do that?
Yeah, well, I think that the bottom line is that, once again, if
Yeah.
people are searching on the internet, they're going to find your competitors pretty easily, aren't they?
Usually,
It won't take them long, will it?
no.
So why not get in first and actually start praising and talking about how your competitors are good and bad,
Mm.
and leave yourself out of the review.
Okay.
Okay, so we're talking about the top 5 in your industry.
Yep.
So when you're talking about your competitors, the reason why you do this is because it gives people what they're looking for, which is a review of the industry.
Okay.
So people want to know the top 5 of this, so who's the best in this. And of course, that's going to mean your page hits the top of the search rankings.
Yep.
And it also captures search based on the competitors' names. So if someone else is searching for a competitor, they don't know you, suddenly you might pop up with a review saying, here are the top 5 in this industry. And what's good about that is it gives you a chance to say why you haven't actually added yourself as a comparison and how you are better or how you are different to the competitors. So it provides a point of difference.
Excellent. So what do you write about them?
Well, you go ahead and check out, I like to say, I like to borrow a paragraph off their website saying
Okay.
what they do,
Yep.
and that's their writing, and say they do this, and only go with factual, take out the emotion, there's no need to be emotional. So if they've won awards, you can talk about their awards,
Yep.
you can actually talk about what they say they do in terms of services, and you can talk about reputation, etc., etc. If they've been around for 10 years, you can say that.
Interesting.
Yep.
Interesting.
Scary for a lot of companies.
It is, isn't
Yep.
it?
But of course, it's what the consumer wants to know.
Yeah.
If you are a lone wolf in your industry,
Yep.
then it's hard for people to make a decision. They want to have validation that there is a good industry out there, a strong area of vibrancy in the space, and that you do actually stack up against the competitors. I mean, how many times do you hear, I've got to get 3 quotes?
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So when that
Constantly.
happens, no matter how good you are, how are they going to find the other 2 people?
Yep. Google.
Google. That's right. And a competitive review is very helpful.
Excellent.
And it makes you have more trust once again.
Yeah.
Brings them down the funnel.
The T word.
The T word, indeed.
Very good. Well, they're 3. It'd be interesting to poll our listeners. Go and check your own websites out, and have you got those 3 things?
Yeah, have you got all 3? Yep.
People, price, competitor review.
And we've got to give some credit to Marcus Sheridan
Oh.
at the sales line,
He's
because
the
he's
guru.
pretty much taught us all this.
Yep.
And George B. Thomas. So thanks to you guys. We love that information. Of course, they are a competitor
They are.
in America. They're Platinum HubSpot partner, and awesome at that too. So thanks
Very
to those
good.
guys.
Very good. All right. Well, let's move on with the rest of the show. What are you loving? What's your love?
Well, hot on the heels of testing stuff and getting some cool stuff happening. We saw a great session at Social Media Marketing World last week.
Yeah.
And it was all about A/B testing Facebook ads and how
Yes.
important that is.
Yeah.
So I think that's a great idea. A/B testing on Facebook ads, easy to do.
Couple of little catches.
It was Andrea
here.
Vail, wasn't it?
Yes, it
Yeah.
was. Yeah. Facebook do offer A/B testing within their platform, their ads manager,
Great.
but important not to use that. Run your own.
Right. Good.
So don't actually do the Facebook.
Oh, okay. Why's that?
Yeah, well, because it gives you more control, and
Yeah.
you can actually see. I think the ad manager A/B testing, you don't get to control.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, perfect.
Whereas,
So, but you know, it also exists inside HubSpot. So A/B
Yes.
testing call to actions is a good
Yep.
idea. Different colours, different graphics, different headlines. That can be done as well. And of course, the winner will then take the chocolates home, and you can go with that.
well, and the results are surprising sometimes. We recently did some A/B testing on a landing page for a client, and we were really, really
Yeah,
surprised.
because once again, it's
Pleasantly
assumption
surprised.
marketing gets you there in the
Correct.
first place. So,
Yeah.
what better way to test the theories than actually do A/B
Yeah,
testing?
fantastic.
So it's a good one.
Cool. All right. Well, what am I loving this week?
Yeah,
well,
what are you loving this week?
I'm taking it. I'm taking it social.
I'm taking a week off.
I'm taking a week off. I'm out. I'm taking it social, guys, and I'm going to Instagram. And
Well, yeah, the big
over
eye.
at Instagram, we are going to talk about user-generated content.
Ooh la la.
Instagram, the home of the visual. It's such a beautiful platform.
Growing
I know,
like crazy.
growing like crazy.
Fastest growing tool.
And a great place.
600 million users.
Yes.
Owned by Facebook.
Yep. Thanks.
Sorry, I'll shut up now,
Stats
you go.
man, Rain Man here. But a really good place to actually put the call out and ask for people to take photos of your products.
Ah.
So that a customer will tag you, hopefully, and then with their permission, you can use that photo and repost it.
Good for foodies, these ones.
Great for foodies, great for fashion, great for jewellery, great for beauty. Really, really solid Instagram following will get you some decent user-generated content.
Yep.
Don't be afraid to ask for it.
No.
But
Yeah,
actually,
I think it's critical, especially if you're in a... Like I talk about food, mainly because I was in a cafe on Saturday morning and they had this really impressive, exotic dish. I took a photo, but they didn't have any Instagram hashtags around it. I could have actually hashtagged.
And so that's a really good point. If you are a restaurant, for example, have a little counter card or on each table with your table numbers.
But it's not just, look, it's not just...
I
mean, I think it was like episode 20 or something, I talked about Peter Alexander and how fantastic they were at retailing. It's not just food places.
No.
I mean, all retailers now need to inject fun into their stores because, the internet has advantages, but it has disadvantages. And having personality in a shop is still providing lots of entertainment for people.
Absolutely. And like I said earlier, social is social. So
Correct.
Keep it social.
Yep.
And I think when all else fails, go back to basics. So don't get too hung up on, oh my gosh, what are we going to post? What are we going to post? Just actually go back to basics and put the call out and say, we'd love to see a photo of you using this hashtag,
and see
or
what
tag
happens.
us in an image, or and you'll be surprised. And you can use other platforms to leverage that. So if you do a regular email out, actually putting something in your email and saying, hey, make sure you're hashtagging us.
Correct.
And then the results come through on Instagram. So that's my love for the week is Instagram.
Love it.
Go back to basics and actually ask for people to interact with you.
Good call.
Very good. All right, Adam, hashtag girlboss, if you're in charge of HubSpot for a day, what would you like to see happen? Change?
Excellent question, Zan. That's a very good question. I think that I'd just like to see Apparel across the entire platform. Yeah. So we've got different colours going everywhere at the moment, and I know they're gradually moving that across, but I think the new Apparel Peach, Apparel Combo, Blue Azure is looking great in the different sections, but suddenly you come across an old screen that's a bit ugly. So I think they just need to get that happening. I know they're working hard on it, but it'd be good to get it done.
And look, I'm going to pick up on this for my hashtag girlboss, and it's a bit of a moan. I'm being a bit of a Debbie Downer here, but I'm not loving the new social.
No.
Screen.
Yeah, agree.
I'm sort of struggling with it. I'm finding the
it's not the same, is it?
I'm finding the usability of it just not quite there for me, and I spend a lot of time in this tool.
Backward step. Agree.
Yeah, I think if I was going to be hashtag girlboss, I'd probably look at bringing back some of the old functionality. Obviously, keep the Apparel and the blue.
Yeah.
But just.
Well, I missed the posting count. I don't know why they took that out. That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Hope it's gone to a different spot, but it's annoying.
It is annoying.
Anyway, Debbie Downers.
We move on. Tool of the week, Adam. What have you got?
Oldie but a goodie for me, and proving itself to be just incredible. FileMaker Pro. Episode 16 of that's coming out soon.
Yeah.
It's been around for 21 years.
Episode 16.
Yeah, version 16. 21 years.
You've done the odd bit of programming in your time.
Yes,
tool.
big FileMaker Pro programmer background. So I've been doing it since version 1. So, but super excited about version 16 APIs, JSON API, REST API connection, which means it is the business tool that everybody should have.
Definitely.
Most people don't realise. Owned by Apple 100%. Won't be the last time I talk about it, but one of the great things about it is it means you can edit, you can change, you can do all kinds of cool things to your data. And it can be used for HubSpot, import, export stuff, HubSpot API connection, all kinds of things. So
wow, that's cool.
If you're using Excel for any form of list, then you must have FileMaker in your organisation.
Okay.
That simple.
So if anyone needed any extra info about FileMaker, do we have info on our website?
We do have a FileMaker page, but of course you just reach out because we are FileMaker gurus, so you can program it to do anything you like. If you've got FileMaker Pro in your office and would like some help with consulting, training, programming, development, whatever you like. And it's very good at now creating rapid, fast mobile apps, which is exciting.
Very good, very good. Excellent. Well, my tool of the week, I'm going to shock you here. I think it's been about 8 weeks since I did any app updates on my iPhone.
Oh, yeah, okay, yep.
So I actually went and did a series of updates, And oh my golly gosh, there's all these amazing features in Facebook that I had no idea about, which is so bad because I'm obviously the leader of the social media team here at the Kingdom.
Yeah.
So, wow, there's like filters and...
Yeah, there's a lot going on there.
There's so many cool things.
Snapchat...
in the marketplace section.
Marketplace is great.
I was flummoxed. So look, if you haven't done your updates on your iPhone, get onto it.
Good idea. And I guess that's also... I'll save that one for next week, my hashtag girlboss, what I change. But for now, it's that's a very good point.
Excellent.
The update tool.
Okay, make a note.
Very
good.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, folks. That is episode 38 wrapped up. Thank you very much for joining us. It was indeed 38. Next episode will be 39. You see how this is going.
We've got this really cool thing. It's called a counter.
Yeah. If you'd like to interact with us on the Twitters, you can do so at hub_n_spoke. Or by all means, check us out on our website, thekingdom.com.au. Go and have a look at my team page.
Yeah, go check it out. She is a catwalk model.
You can barely tell that from the photo.
Oh, yeah, there is one catwalk model shop there.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
For all the new shows, check out www.thekingdom.com.au/hub and spoke. You have been listening to Adam Steinhardt and Zan Johnson of The Kingdom, an inbound marketing agency from Adelaide, South Australia. HubSpot Platinum Partners and the International HubSpot Partner of the Year 2015.